There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11.
Vaginas.
Hey guys, it's Scarce here. Lots of news today, lots of exposure. And double upload.
Expose. 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 Expose.
You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was gonna write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scares here, and so from now on, I'm going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories!
Expose. 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 Expose.
You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
Expose. 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 Expose.
It's time for some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Expose. Expose myself to you. To you. To you. E-X-P-O-S-E. Expose.
Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose. Expose.
Exposed. Exposed.
Oh god damn it, I hit the wrong button. So it seems like
There's news to expose. Hashtag
I'm gonna be
breaking
getting
SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More
a Series X from Microsoft. Hello everybody, a Series X from Microsoft. Yes, this mic is going to come back. I prefer the sound quality, but I kind of like the... I don't have anything in front of me here. And... this is a special coffee, by the way. So I'm getting a Series X from Microsoft. I'm getting a Series S. Definitely ready for pickup from Best Buy. One of the Series S's is in question from Microsoft on the PlayStation on the PlayStation Thigh of things, on the PlayStation 5 side of things. It's confirmed that my PS5 is being delivered on the 12th, whenever it's released. You got the Series X today, and so there's a whole bunch of Super Cherry chats that were popped. I'll include you too, because I haven't hit the viewer activity tab yet. I'm definitely getting the digital edition from Amazon, but the one from GameStop's up in the air. That's why I didn't promise I was doing a giveaway, because I would have started a whole bunch of drama. So anyway, we got a whole bunch. Oh man. No, Google Fish, if I get the third one, dude, I'm going to do a giveaway with it. I can't let you sell it to you. Can't do that, man. Can't do that. Anyway, let's pop these super chats. White Fang, thank you. B-Man, thank you. Michael Phillips, don't like cherries. Can I pop the super chat strawberry? Sure. Biden Harris, shirt off, bro. Sure. Popped and I watched your videos today, as I've read and watched. The DualSense battery life was about 10 hours. Let's get into Camille agreed. Trump and some of his allies are acting like... I hear that he has barricaded himself in the Oval Office and they're thinking they're gonna, not probably, they may have to drag him out. Rich Walmart messed up. I got my Series X today. Hey, then fucking enjoy it. It ain't your fault. Series S should have been the mid-gen upgrade. Please don't use this microphone next stream. All I hear is fan. I know you've said it gets hot in that room, though. Oh, it gets very hot. Can't wait to play the Series X launch titles. Hot, of course. Hot. Who can forget the highly anticipated hot? Hey, man, I know it's not over, but I told you those mail-ins still had to come in. Dramatic turnaround. Is there any way that he could, like, Trump could just magically turn everything around without actually, like, you know, just saying that he's a dictator at this point? Like, what can be done? All right, it is 9 o'clock, 9:30. Sure, it goes back on. Unless someone else super chats. Biden is as much of a corporatist as a Republican. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. That he's he said that shit to, like, the Latino vote in Florida because of what they went through. He said that to scare them. Biden's a Republican. Biden's a fucking Republican. Yeah, Trump. There's no fucking, unless he just says I'm not leaving and he, like, throws a coup and has his own private government or has his own private military, like, go start taking over. He's gone. You're done, dude. I think I've been the most objective as I could possibly be without being a fence sitter. But it's over. It's done. There's nothing that, like, what is Biden going to go away with 300 electoral college votes? Like, I could see if it was like Biden was at, like, 271 and, like, Trump was at 264 or something, whatever. Okay, plenty of room to argue, but this is like, it's not even close. Well, he's gonna sue, but it ain't gonna do shit. Like, let me look at the map right now. Yes, you could pay for my sweet ass Google fish. Hey, it looks like Joe Biden's gonna win. So knowing you know a lot about American tech. Should Biden keep the tariffs and also the Trump wall? Trump never built a wall. Keeping tariffs, like, from China, I don't think he's gonna do that. He ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna keep them. No way Biden won fair. You do realize that what happened, right? It was COVID. If there wasn't COVID, what's the PC in the background? An old outdated Threadripper that I may actually suffer. I saw a 3090 and I made an offer for 1900, which I won't go any higher than that. If they agree to that, because I need to do a build for Micro Center and I want it to be a monster build, because I've done the budget thing to death. Like, whether it be I built one, whether it be one where I got, like, a Dell, I want to do a monster build. Yeah, he killed it. It killed it with me. And for everyone out there, I can't believe, like, people think, like, COVID was like a conspiracy to keep Trump from getting a second term. Could we stop? Pandemics happen. Like, they've been warning for years upon years upon years upon years that pandemics are happening. Yes, I'm already sure. Ooh, look how good looking this guy is. Come here. Come on. Like that, huh?
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, you need ray tracing to see these nipples properly. But it's over for Trump. It's over. But that's a first-gen Threadripper. But what I was saying was, if I'm going to build a PC, that's one thing I'm going to say is when the gym opens back up, I'm going to start lifting. I don't want it opens back up. It opens back up after what? I'm not going back.
Finish your thought.
I'm not going to a gym. Don't worry.
Okay.
What do you think? I'm insane?
No, I was waiting to see what you're gonna. How are you
After
gonna
the pandemic was over, I was just finishing those words.
in 3 years. I don't know, maybe not 3 years. We'll see.
His aide said that COVID could be the greatest threat to his presidency, and he didn't listen. Yeah, but and it, like, here was my thing. Like I always say, I wasn't a fan of Trump. I didn't like Trump or Clinton. You know, you knew we were going to go into this. There's no way around it. But I was like, whatever. He's the one who was voted in. If there's any proof that the system isn't totally, completely rigged, it's just semi-rigged. That's why Bernie didn't get it back in 2016. And it's actually been confirmed. I forgot what I was going to say because I'm so stoned. Strange to see the most powerful chair on earth act this way. Alan Lichtman called this election just like the rest since '84. COVID and the social unrest killed Trump's re-election. Because I think even people who were like, all right, we'll give Trump, like, not the people that are fucking freaks sitting out there praying to him like a deity outside of literally, I made a gif out of a video. That was fucking scary. But everyone else, like, who gave Trump a shot because he was a wild card, they're like, this soap opera has to end. You know? I mean, has he done the most egregious? I would say Bush is genuinely a war criminal. He was a preemptive war in Iraq. They didn't find weapons of mass destruction. We just went there, pillaged it, and took their fucking oil. To really dumb it down, but yeah, so Trump, I don't know. Here is the thing, I kind of like this. I disagree with the Young Turks, and I mean, I see what Cenk is saying, like, look, man, there's no way Trump has a path to the presidency. It's impossible. Just call it. I think because of what happened in 2000 with Florida, I think everyone's just kind of like let's really make sure. So, was at EB Games, got upgraded from second wave to first wave for Series X. EB said it was originally sold out within 14. They manually reviewed orders and canceled 90% of them. 90% was bots and scalpers. You know what those are, right? Like, people use pieces of software to get something really popular, and they'll, like, use a whole bunch of different accounts to get a whole bunch of them. Stop looking at my breast shaking. And
No, and actually, Google Fish asked me if I'm as hairy as Chuck Norris.
he's hairier than Chuck
in
Norris.
the chest-jular region.
Oh, this man got
I'm
some
actually
hair.
more hairy than, like, my back looks like Chuck Norris's chest. That's how intense I am.
Would you have a hair chest off with Chuck Norris? Like, would you go chest to chest with him?
And I would just blow him away.
You just blow him, huh? How old is Chuck Norris now? He's probably like 80.
I think he is actually 80.
He's actually 80. He's a horse. He is a horse. My PS5 from Walmart is arriving tomorrow from FedEx, apparently. Hey, maybe they fucked up. That could be the case.
Chuck Norris isn't going to go to a nursing home.
I missed your super chat, Patrick.
Then, wait. Somebody's going to go to a Chuck Norris. What? Never mind.
Biden is going to win Georgia, Pennsylvania, Nevada. That's crazy, and it's because he told his voters that mail-in voting is bad for some reason. Because he's a fucking idiot. Has nothing to do with politics. I thought Donald Trump, before I even realized he even had political aspirations, I guess he ran, like, when? Back in, like, 2000? I didn't even fucking know that. He's just, I've always, like, man, he's a, you know, rich daddy. I always thought he was a fucking moron. Like, even before I even knew anything politically about the guy, I just thought he was dumb. You know, and he's dumb. Like, do you listen to him talk? Does that sound like an intelligent person? Like, it has nothing to do with Trump. It has nothing to do with politics. If anyone can, like, if intro guy talked like that and said tremendous every other word, I would think he was a fool. You know, and somehow, it's amazing what money can get you to do, man. Was that so? That's good for you, Apple. My PS5 is hey, if it arrives tomorrow, man, I'm jealous. I hear other people are getting them early too. With the Xbox Series X being underpowered, maybe holding back PS5 and PC multiplats, do you think this will help the next gen Switch with multiplats? Ooh. Oh. First off, Apple was my idea. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't ever look at me like that again.
Like this?
You're looking at my nipples seductively. Why are you doing that, bro? Anyway, let me just Cortana can eat my ass. Oh, here it is. Notepad. So that's actually 90%. Dude, can you DM me? Apple was my idea. Could you DM me on Twitter the phone number of your GameStop so I could verify that? Because it's kind of I believe you. Like, why would you just make that up? But yeah, DM me like their phone number, man. Obviously, DM it for privacy reasons. With the Xbox Series X being underpowered, so that might be good for the Switch. That was really hot. You missed my super chat, did I, Patrick Fly? How am I missing super chats already? Biden. Oh yeah, I did answer it already. Donald should pack his bags. I'm getting angry. Is the Xbox Series X a midnight release? They're not doing any of that shit this year, dude. Not with COVID. Trump just had to do the bare minimum and pretend to care about COVID. The lack of any more stimulus. Yeah, that was what? I was just like, what is he thinking? He's not going to pass a stimulus package till after the election? Like, what? You do things like that election eve. You know what I mean? Like, an even election. You want people to be happy, not be like, oh, he's fucking me. You know, Pennsylvania Goer said it's all over but the crying. Did he really say that? It's Pelosi's fault. Why is there going to be a huge recession? There's no, it's crazy. There's no legal precedent that a president has to concede. I've heard that, Sean. It's just a tradition. Like, why, like, the founding fathers were pretty smart dudes. Why didn't they do that? Hey, after no, it wasn't even the 2-term limit was put in after FDR, wasn't it? Because he ran for 12 years or something like that, right?
He was elected to a 4th term.
Yeah, and then he died.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I agree with 2 terms, and they should have thought of that. Because even if you get someone that really, helps the economy, improves the country, you don't want someone just sitting there like a, emperor. You know what I mean? Trump is what we call farts in the UK. Oh man, I trumped. Oh, I'm going to use that. Horse equals heroin, according to Googlefish.
That's actually true. It's a slang term.
Yeah, Sean McCarthy, it's so true. Like, every elected official should have term, like two terms. Because then you have cancerous people like Pelosi that just rot there and just fap metaphorically to the power. I don't even want to even dare imagine her fapping. Isn't she 80?
Yes, she is.
What the fuck are you doing, man? Like, go home. I just don't understand. Like, do people get that drunk on power? Yes, they do. Wasn't it that not Kim Jong-un, but which dictator from North Korea they said that's the one that pretended that he never shit?
I don't know.
Just seemed like, I think it was his dad. Hey Rich, what's the best way to, I hear using a normal vacuum is bad. You could use an air blower, like, or you could get one of those compressed cans. Be careful with the compressed cans because sometimes you get like moisture out with them. In my opinion, if Kamala Harris becomes president through 25th Amendment or Biden passing, that would be a political disaster, and Pelosi becomes VP. Oh God. Okay, well, since it's not midnight, they're not doing any kind of lunches like that with COVID, bro. They're not doing them. Honestly, do you think Trump will refuse to leave? And if do you think so with something like the military, They would probably call like the Secret Service. Like he lost. You have to go. He can't just like, put a bed in the Oval Office. Hey, Rich, is it true that there is a place in a man's head that if you shoot it up, it will blow up? What the hell are you talking about, dude? Do you get that one, or am I?
I don't know. Don't know what that's about.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about either. Maybe it's about horse. Yeah, I don't know how that would work. Missed my super chat, the little Sarge. I missed your super chat. Or is that going to become like another meme, or you don't actually miss super chats? And then GameStop said they've done they'd have 3 to 4 Series X's on launch day. I think what Sony's doing with that was, have you played Hades? Yes, it's pretty good. It's like an isometric action roguelike game, right? Intro Thighs is here. His nipples are here too. You gotta love all the election hysteria, like Biden will take our guns, there is going to be a civil war, Biden equals more. Yeah, everyone's freaking the fuck out for no reason. They call Biden, out of all fucking people, a socialist too. I'm like, he's a Republican. Like, oh man. I look like I could get milked. Thank you. Yes, have I eaten an edible? Yes, I have eaten an edible. Bit up and dip. Well, wasn't it Kamala Harris that said they were going to legalize marijuana? I'll hold my breath on that one. Parliamentary democracy don't have term limits because the opposition would need term as well. I don't know. I feel like term limits, because then you have festering turds. Like, I always bring up Pelosi because I can't stand her. That just sit in office and just accrue power. Did you hear the new System of a Down song? No, I did not. I'm not naked. Yeah, and that's the thing, too. Everyone said it. Like, why didn't Biden campaign on 15 an hour in Florida? That would have gotten him tons of more votes down there. But his corporate donors don't want him to campaign on that.
And Neil, to answer your question, I'm indifferent about the Foo Fighters. I don't hate them. Don't really like them.
Because the first thing is that Obama did absolutely nothing about the fraud that caused the 2008 economic collapse. He could have held people accountable. He campaigned on holding keep people accountable, and he didn't do it. And he campaigned on change. What change did he bring? What change did he bring? Obamacare was basically Romney Care, just nationalized, which just gave a public option. And once you don't want to like segregate healthcare, because then if you have the public option and then you have private, you know that the public healthcare is going to be shit. And there's other things I have, and the National Defense Authorization Act from 2012, which basically says if someone, like, they deem someone to be a terrorist, they can hold them without a trial. That's a good one. Rich, can you shout out my dog? Hi, dog. What are your thoughts on Oregon decriminalizing? You're talking about marijuana? I think it's great.
Hard drugs.
Oh, hard drugs. Oh, yeah.
Oregon did. Yeah, so you can... I saw some meme today, like you can walk into a store with a bag of Coke on mushrooms and go buy weed, but you can't pump your own gas. Because that's illegal.
Yeah, that makes no fucking sense. But
in some of the state, it's illegal. Like I was out around Portland last year, and I think in the more urban areas, you have to let somebody pump your gas for you. But out in more rural parts of the state, you can actually do it yourself. I didn't know that when I. So I drove into the state and like pulled into a gas station and started pumping my own gas and got yelled at.
I'm putting on slow mode. Slow mode is on. So I think that drugs should be decriminalized. As soon as you, here's the thing, all these powerful cartels that are ruthless, that have ruthless killers in them. If drugs were legalized, which newsflash, having drugs be illegal doesn't stop people from taking them. I mean, I know, oh, Rich, you know, having it's against the law to rob a bank, but the banks still get robbed. But there's still you're going too black and white with that. But cartels would just, it would be like popping a balloon. Drugs are legal and they're regulated. And what can a drug cartel do? They can't do anything. It's over. Their power is taken away from them. Rich, I live in Arizona. I work at Walmart, and people are pissed off because Trump is losing. I'm honestly afraid someone came in with an automatic rifle. Why have you been doing the horse theme? I've seen it a lot, and I'm confused. Sorry if you... Yeah, I've addressed it. Horses have always been an important meme. He was called a horse by one of our classmates back in the day. Giddy up, you're so luscious. Lushes. And it's always kind of been around since then. And your 3D Pulse headset. And they said, yo, Big Daddy, I called GameStop for what? The Series X or PS? Because Sony said they're not going to have actual PS. They're not going to have physical consoles that people could just try to come into the store and get. Because of COVID. Intro guy, can you say Turbo Express?
Turbo Express. Express.
I love the echo. They don't know for sure GameStop that is. Okay. Pee-pee or poo-poo? Both. Do you recommend a TV with 100 Hz for the Series X, or should I stay with my 60 Hz? If you're happy with your 60 Hz, don't run out and get one. But if you're going to get a TV anyway, get one that's HDMI 2.1 capable. And if you want to get one that's, I mean, it's not cheap, but it's not like, you know, going to cost you what like a high-end OLED's going to cost you. And you don't want to worry about burn-in at all, even though burn-in isn't that much of an issue. You could go with that X900H TV that I have in my living room right now. Trump thought coyotes were crossing the border. Yeah, but Sean, you got to remember that Trump is the effect, not the cause. So, and I think people forget that. Like, something led up to us wanting to have a Trump. Not me wanting to have one, but there is never a good time to say this with Mark. I don't see anything permanent for us. I'm sorry. Happy birthday. Okay. Rich is a true progressive. Love you even more, dude. Shout out to peoplesparty.org. Yeah, because I'm not a, you know, what is the term? Not cuck, but there's regressive progressives. It's, are you pro Second Amendment? Yes. I own 128 firearms, by the way. I'm a collector and hunter. Yes, I'm pro Second Amendment. If these allegations of election fraud are true, are you going to accept it, or is it going to be more orange man bad? Everyone's coming through and saying that. Here's the thing: like when recounts are done, it changes it by like 200 fucking votes. Or what did it change it in Florida that made Trump, that made not Trump, but Bush win, like 1,500 votes. There's like, it's just over. It's just over. And I'm the guy who was saying in the beginning that it looked like Trump was going to win. And I knew about, even though I knew about the red wave, and I know people were handing, or not handing, but they were doing mail-in votes. I'm not a Biden supporter. I'm a Biden tolerator. There's a big difference. So, I hate how our legal system treats. And here's the thing. Why would there be election fraud just for the president? But then you have the Senate, who's probably going to have a Republican majority. Like, if they were trying to do something where they were rigging the system towards Democrats, wouldn't they do it across the board? You know, like,
maybe they would have given us a Mitch McConnell delete
what do you mean a Mitch McConnell delete?
because he got reelected.
Yeah. Who actually thinks that he's doing a fucking good job?
Apparently, a lot of people.
I hate how our legal system treats drug addicts like criminals. It should be. I totally agree with you. Not being put in prison where they are worse. Yeah, and it makes them way worse off. You're 110% correct. The only thing shady about the election is Trump and his supporters being wanting. Yeah, basically what Trump said before. Like everyone knew this was coming. He said he was either going to win or it was going to be fraud. Like, God forbid you might just lose. The reason Trump won was because Hillary was so crooked. Biden is better than Trump. Yeah. I think if we go back to 2016 and swapped Hillary out with Biden, Biden would have lost. And if we had Hillary being the candidate now, she would have won. Here is Trump. If COVID didn't exist, and most people agree with me on this, Trump would have steamrolled right into his second term with easily, effortlessly. Especially if he was still up against Biden, it would have been states that weren't red before would be red, because it seemed on the surface like I'm the greatest president ever. You know what I mean? No, I didn't see that. Ooh, all you guys are giving me this luscious news. So, to that person before, Apple was my idea. Did you send me? I would really appreciate if you DM'd me. You can either do it richardreviewtechusa.com, that's my email, or on Twitter @TheRealRTU, and email me your GameStop's number so I could verify that. So I got that link, man. I'll make a video on, hey, Rich and Intro Guy, how are you? I talked to a friend earlier. It looks like there could have been some fraudulent voting, since apparently there's been at least 1K votes from Michigan I always hear that shit, man. They say that with every election, that people that are dead vote. GameStop told me that the PS5 for the PS5, which is confusing. Alrighty. T. Joe, do you think some of the PS5 operating system features are half-baked? Can't back up PS5 saves to USB? That's stupid. No HDR screenshots and PNG, and you can't record 4K unless you manually stop recording. Yeah, but again, man, with in the age of patches, they'll fix it. Presidents are like Doctor Who because they have scarves. But T-Joe, they'll fix it, man. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Neil, but thank you. Need a public vote audit so everyone can shut up. I just need this election to end, and I'm tired of it. I have a Sony XBR 800E. When I use my PS4 Pro in 4K, the colors look washed out. Also, do you think my TV would be okay for the PS5? Yeah, you may. It sounds like you need your TV calibrated, man. So that's a, what is that, a VA panel on there? No matter who wins the election, is suspect for half of the population. How can a divided nation come together if both sides are accused of cheating? And you know what makes me... He was putting that, before there was even votes counted, Trump was putting that in people's heads. So he already had his diehard, not normal voters who voted for him in 2016, his diehard base, which there's a decent amount of them, going into it, groomed to think that the election was going to be rigged. Like, we knew this was going to happen, man. What was the PS5... What with the PS, I'm going to find out. Someone just told me Trump underperformed 2016 and 34 of the 67 Pennsylvania counties. That just, and you know what? It just shows you how awful the Democratic Party is too, though. That they can't even with a pandemic and all the other stupid shit Trump has done, they still couldn't steamroll him out of office. It should have been like 0% chance, even with all the mail-in voting, that there was any doubt about any of the states. I mean, it's basically there now, but... Rich, you should try Fear in VR with Vorpix. By the way, if you're happy, I never heard of that before, man. Yeah, I want a bit of you. Happy and you are a horse. Then, by the way, if you are happy and you are a horse, then you are a horse. Is he a horse though? Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. You're so luscious. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Boing did up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. You're so luscious. I need seltzer. Can I have one of those seltzers actually?
You drank all those already?
No, I didn't touch one of them.
Oh.
Intro guy finally has the Galaxy S10 in his hands.
No, I don't.
Not right here, but I gave it to you and you have it now.
Oh, yeah, downstairs.
Yes.
I gotta figure out how to turn it on.
That would be with the power button that would start with.
So I figure out where that is. I pushed every button I could find. I guess there's probably one I missed.
So people are thinking that when Biden takes office that things are going to go back to normal. It won't probably take years to get remotely. Yeah, because the United States is severely divided right now. The United States is severely, and on top of it, he brainwashed his base to think this election was stolen from him. Do you think that even if every vote was recounted, no matter what, they're still going to think that? And he has a pretty decent size dedicated. Oh, I can put my shirt back on. Dedicated base.
Thank God.
Why? Don't you want to see these nips?
You're just so rousing. I can't stand to have to look at those things.
So, what's my fit, dude? It's so tough. You know, it's kind of like when people ask, "What's your favorite game of the year?" or something like that. Kanye secretly won Nevada, and they're also extremely under the influence and love your content. Just got here, I have no idea what's happening, and I feel very concerned. I'm shirted again, though. People are thinking that, yeah, it's not, dude, it's going to take forever to go back to normal. I don't know, there's a lot of flavor seltzers that I like. There isn't a whole lot of voter fraud. Look it up.
Want to pass me one of those tasty little buggers?
Here. Yeah, dude, and it's not like they're gonna magically find like 2 million votes across multiple states that were like, it's over, man. Like if it was like they were like neck and neck at like 240 electoral college votes, fine, but it's like, it's done. And no, I shit you not, I heard that he said that if he loses this election, that he wants to run again in 2024. Yeah, I know. I'm going to go get that video. Watch GameStop video on the PS5 versus Series X load times. My mom and bro are super Trump supporters and think that God put him there to get there. They get so mad when I tell them otherwise. Why? Here's a guy who is like, okay, even, look, whatever allegations are against him, but how many wives has he had? Like, like, does he look like a man of God?
That doesn't mean God can't work through him. I've heard that argument before from their supporters.
Oh my! See that again though. But like, once God can't work through him, why would God choose him? You get what I'm saying? Like, where does that even come from? But
no matter what, they'll find a reason
to support him. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No matter what you say, they're going to keep moving the goalposts because they just want to believe what they want to believe is what they're saying to you. I am going to watch that, Philip, and make a video. My mom and bro are it's sad, man. Trump just wants someone to think for them and wants someone to rule them. They never cared about democracy that I agree with. That it's if you think that Trump, like, in states where he's winning, they wanted to keep counting the votes. In states where he was losing, they wanted to stop counting the votes. You don't want a president. You want a dictator. That's what you're literally, it's not even metaphorical. You're literally saying that. No external HD support for PS5 to store games. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
You know, I'm just kind of looking forward to what kind of stupid shit Joe Biden can say in the next 4 years.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely.
That is gonna be entertaining to watch him put his foot in his mouth over and over again. You know, saying nothing about politics, but just the fact is the guy, you know, something about the guy. Neil, do I like Ween? Not really, man. Some of my friends are really obsessive about the band Ween, but it's like a joke that I don't get it, really.
Hold on one.
Maybe I just haven't heard the right album or the right song or whatever.
I'm going back. I'm just sending stuff to my editor because those are pretty big stories, man. So DX231, I'm going to make a video on that tomorrow. No matter who wins, nothing ain't changing. Nation divided, middle class getting weaker. Corporate. Yeah, until money is getting taken out of politics, it's not. This is going to be the cycle. And I don't know. This United States frustrates the fuck out of me. My monitor is HDMI 2 at 60 hertz, HDMI 1 at 30 hertz. Well, that's because there was a time where doing 4K 60 was like a luxury. Like, I remember, I think it was the 900 series cards for NVIDIA where they finally had HDMI 2.0, and it was such a big deal. You know? A coworker said that she believes that Biden will resign in a year so that Kamala can be president. Who knows? It's funny how all of the red countries are rural areas with no college-educated adults. I don't even want to go into that because then people will...
Yeah, that's a...
I could see Biden making it 4 years, but that's it.
Not 8.
Not 8. He ain't doing 8.
He would be, what, 86?
He already looks like...
After 8 years?
He already looks like a fucking reanimated corpse right now.
He does. Yeah.
He looks like a skeleton, man.
It'll be like Weekend at Bernie's for, not Bernie Sanders.
Yeah,
Weekend at Bernie's for...
Weekend for Bernie Sanders.
Just prop him up in the Oval Office and...
Yeah, he looks like he's one step away from Crow. I'm just keeping it real. I mean, people get insulted by that. I'm not sugarcoating anything. If you think that I'm just gonna like bow down to Biden, you are on the wrong channel. Funny how all of the red country. Yeah, I know. I see us in Mad Max and Teslas. I hope to God not. We ultimately need education system reform. DSP 2020. Could you imagine?
What?
DSP 20 is a YouTuber.
Oh.
He can't even handle people trolling him on in his Twitch streams. Nancy Pelosi talked about the 25th Amendment for a reason. Nancy Pelosi is I can't stand her, man. Man, I forgot I put an edible in here. I had like 30 milligrams spray. I did, man. I am a horse right now. I am a horse. I don't want it. She smells. I'm sure she smells like old lady. Like she probably smells like perfume and Ben Gay.
Mothballs.
What?
I said mothballs.
I thought you said broth balls. Like you stick in your balls in broth? Do you think paying... I'm not American, but I hope Trump wins. Biden I just don't trust. Plus, I don't think his cognitive ability... What are Trump's... Yeah, look, I think they both are fucking slightly demented in some way, to be quite honest with you. I really think that they should cap off the presidency at like 70. Like, from 35 to 70, you can be president.
Yeah, like they set a minimum age to be president. Why not set a maximum age?
I think after... you know what, I bet after Biden they may do that. But see, I've seen a lot of him recently, and he seems like he's alright. We'll find out, man. It's sad to say I still rather have him demented in office than Trump in office. Isn't that sad? Those are our choices. We have a demented, reanimated corpse and a guy who spray tans himself every morning who won't wear a mask because he's afraid it'll make him look bad.
Biden's been running for like 35 years. He's been running for president since like the 80s.
Yep. I disagree. I think Trump killed Trump's election. I still think, though, no, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for COVID, they may as well just given him a second term. I mean, there shall still be an election, but I guarantee you, like, it would have just been a red tsunami. And what's sad is, like I said before, it just shows how shitty the Democrats are that it still was as close as it was. Like, how awful and non-inspiring can you be?
Yeah, really.
That even with it should have been like a slam dunk. Yeah, Wolfspan, I agree with you, man. I'm not mad at Trump's. I'm mad that they chose Biden and Harris because they're worse than. They're not worse. Biden's garbage, but he's not worse than he's not worse than Trump, and I know his history too. He believes in science. That's all he needed for me to begrudgingly vote for him. We as a country just need to get this over with and move on. Let the ballot box decide in 4 years after Kamala screws up the presidency. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Did you hear that there was an Antifa supporter that won a seat in the House, and there's also a 25-year-old that won a seat, as well as someone that died from COVID won also? No, I didn't hear that. Every time I see Mitch McConnell's face, I want to throw hands. He looks like, you ever see that picture? He sent me the thing on The Onion, I think, where his neck, like, to prove dominance, Mitch McConnell extends his neck flap.
You know
like
how
a
birds
frog.
do that?
Yeah, like
Or
a frog.
frogs or
Yeah.
Some bird. Or maybe it is frog. I don't fucking know. Yeah, that's true. I heard that too, about a QAnon
Yeah.
supporter was elected to something.
Like, how fucked are we that happens?
It's like post facts.
I just don't understand it, man. I just don't. Skidip bip bip. If Bernie was nominated, it would have been a clean. Oh God! If Bernie was nominated, like states that have never been blue probably would have won. I know people are going to be like, "Oh my God, Bernie is communism is he's Cuba. He's."
There's a lot of people that would have scared off.
Yeah.
You know.
I still think he would have beaten Trump by like double digits, though.
I'm not sure.
You don't think so?
I mean, I like Bernie, but I'm not sure what would have happened.
I will say, like, when I go, I really like the Pixel 5, but having a large, luscious screen, though, it just feels good. This phone is great. I still think the camera's better on the Pixel 5 than the Note 20, though. It can look all big and imposing as it wants to. Let me take a picture now again. If it was Bernie, it would have been a slam dunk twice. Like I said, I think a 10-point. He doesn't agree, but I think a 10-point lead. He would have had him. Dip dip dip. David Andal, look him up. Okay. Hey, Rich and Intro Guy, I'm drunk, and Moro, how are you guys? We are lovely. We are lovely. The link doesn't work. Let me see if I can get it to work. Let me see if I can find that GameSpot video for you. Oh, so I gotta check and see if mine is shipped, Jason. All right, so let me see GameSpot. Of course, it didn't do the A because this smart keyboard is terrible. PlayStation, was it the PlayStation 5 review? Load times comparison. Here we go. Let me give this to my editor. That's the reason why I'm talking about it right now. The American people are lied to about social. Yes, they are. they're brainwashed to think socialism is terrible because the politicians that are in power, their corporate donors don't want socialism. So what do? They brainwash the people that think socialism is bad. Now, full straight-on socialism is awful. But a democracy with some socialism, for example, socialized medicine. And again, I have friends that live in... Can I get one of those seltzers? Either one doesn't matter. Thank you. That live in Canada. It ain't perfect. They're socialized medicine, but basically, I hear for can it post? Really? So share the link. I got it. Copy link. Hold on. It won't let me. Hey, thank you. There we go. What's up, intro guys? Thoughts on the new Proto Z from Nissan? I absolutely love it. Still a standard too. He'll come back and will the cucumber ever return? Yes. I actually came from the Note 10 Plus to a Pixel 5. One of my favorite things about the phone is its size. Yeah. I mean, I kind of enjoy having this big screen, but the screen on the Pixel is big enough, and it's a nice one-handed size. No, what you want to look for, that one's fine, but no external support, hard drive support for the PlayStation 5 at launch, which is a huge deal. You skipped my last Super K. Sorry about that, man. Do you think that Trump will be escorted out by a Secret Service, and do you think he'll eventually concede and participate in a peaceful... I hope to God he does, because this fucking soap opera, like I said, needs to end. So TJ, I'll check it out in a second. I'm still pissed that Twitter took down pretty much all the things the Unity Party earlier in the year, especially when Joe Rogan brought it up again. Really? T-Joe, where you at, bro? Where you at, T-Joe? Do you think paying extra for one-day shipping for PS Prime would have opted for free, but the estimated Thanksgiving delivery? Nah, how much was it, though, T-Joe? How much was it? I'm still pissed at... So, Matthew Parsons, thank you very much. Hey, Rich, any idea if there will be a Pulse 3D coming in stock? No, I have no idea. What's your opinion about PS5 games playing... opinion on PS5 games playing on soundbar? Was there news about it, or you're just asking me if I don't know too much about soundbars, man. T-Joe, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. You're not a Prime member, I'm guessing? Ghostbuster, I see you. You've been here for a long time, dude. Something strange. That's... I can't believe that should have been there at launch. I'm going to rip them a new one for that one. Also, this fart you're about to hear, I'm live streaming it too. There you go. Also, this fart you're about to hear, I'm live streaming it too. There you go. All right, so... Yeah, but Jay, the big deal is that you can't, like, Microsoft's letting you, until you want to play them, store the games on external. Sony's not doing that.
Can you just tell everyone this is what I have to deal with daily with you? And I should get danger pay for this. Can you just tell everyone?
Oh, yeah. They know. Nice fart, 10 out of 10. Look at Trump's latest two tweets. He basically threatened to change the election results, and in the other tweet, he forgot how basic math and numbers work. Did anyone really think that he was just going to go out peacefully? Of course he wasn't. Nice fart, 10 out of 10. Thank you very much. The fact that we still have to argue the necessary of having health care work in a humane way rather than predatory speaks volumes. How literally, yeah, they don't care because they want to make sure that they get funded for their campaign elections, that they get cush jobs, that become multimillionaires. Dude, the system, unfortunately, this is always going to be a battle for all of eternity because human nature is to do things that benefit ourselves. Like, Mitch McConnell's like, okay, I could actually be a public servant and not be a piece of shit, but my corporate donors who actually it financially benefits me, like, what's Mitch McConnell worth? What do you know about Rush Limbaugh? I know he's a piece of shit, that he was also trying to downplay the coronavirus, and there's so many things throughout the year. Somebody put Democrats' faces on Avengers. Yeah, but they're fucking garbage. Still the fact that it's like, Mitch McConnell's net worth, let's see. Of course, I can't find Google. Mitch McConnell net worth.
Here is information.
22.5 million. It's just strange that all of these people, like, I thought our country was supposed to be run by people that are like us, for us. But all these people, and what is Nancy Pelosi net worth? It's like hundreds of millions of dollars. Oh, she's worth, had assets in 2018 was 257 million. Who are some right-wing commentators that I like? Mostly none. Can we talk about PS5 doesn't have Bluetooth audio? It really doesn't. Dude, what the fuck is going on with the PlayStation 5 for toilet paper to wipe the crap off your cheeks? Okay. I bet the PS5 can recognize more particles inside the fart than the Series X. That I heard is true. Nancy Pelosi has assets. Dude, but you get my point, though. These people don't give a fuck about us. They're set. Their kids are set. Their great-grandkids are set. And that's how human beings are. If I'm okay, I don't give a fuck about anybody else. But what they don't realize is, you know, what's your thoughts about Tim Pool, though? Tim Pool's there's some stuff he says that I agree with, but he's a pearl clutcher, though. I know a lot of people that don't like her, but AOC seems to be the one that only actually gives a crap. She does. She does. I know Jimmy Dore's problem with her is that, she plays ball too much, but I don't know. There's an argument in between there. Ask Intro about that car. Oh, yeah, the car. I'm sorry.
Car?
Someone up here. You see, you should have wrote in the super chat what you wanted to say about the car, man. Like, you gotta. I have a billion of these, and it's hard to keep up. Like, I can't. What is my editor sending me? Which write it in the regular chat, Ziltoid. He'll find it. What is this?
Oh, a Nissan Proto Z?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know anything about it. Sorry you had to pay $5 for me to tell you that, but I'm gonna look it up.
He didn't have. I mean, I appreciate it, man, but you didn't have to. You could have wrote. He was looking in the regular chat for you, bro.
Yeah.
Review politics. It is what it is, man. And we just came off one of the craziest fucking elections, like, in a very long time. Intro guide. You like the animals?
As in the band?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Eric Burden, he's pretty cool. He's the lead singer of the Animals. You don't care.
No, I'm just sniffing you. Did you delete the video when you compressed Wendy Williams' fart? I had to because it got claimed. I know there was some whole conspiracy behind that like I was embarrassed to have that. No, it got claimed. I took it down. Your favorite legacy man is Scott got charged for the Series X today. Should be getting it sometime, hopefully before my birthday on the 17th. Like I'm trying. I have a sneeze that won't sneeze. Are you confident in the December 10th Cyberpunk release? I'm not really super excited for the game, so I'm not following it that much. If we get it, great. If they don't and they need more time, then they need more time, man. To me, I'd rather have a game be good than be rushed. Rich versus intro guy, fart/burp off. Let's go. I have an idea coming. No, I did not get the... dude, I have the note. I'm not, with the new consoles coming out, going to have time to review it. Why am I going to spend $1,100 on another phone? I'm happy with this phone. I expected a little more from the camera. I'll be keeping real with you. But camera's still more than good enough.
Okay, so I'm looking at that Z prototype car, and I think this is the one you're referring to. That was disturbingly close to my face, and it smelled like garbage water. But anyway, the Z car. I think it looks really good. It's got a kind of a retro sort of vibe to it. And you can get it with 6-speed manual. I approve of that.
You're a horse.
And a V6. So yeah, I love it. I'm not the biggest Z fan, but it does look like reminiscent of the old Z cars. Shut the fuck up. What the fuck are you laughing at, man?
For $50,000, would you have Tom Cruise toss your salad?
No.
How about 100?
No amount of money.
How about a free Scientology membership?
For $50,000?
No! He tosses your salad and then...
Yeah, that okay. Yeah, sure.
Oh, man. Would you have Nancy Pelosi toss your salad? Man, you know that she takes off her bra and it's just like... it's like a drop in an anchor in the ocean.
like wrinkly pancakes.
Yeah, you could anchor the fucking Titanic with those things, man. Oh my god. Saggy Pelosi. So now, not only is Angry Joe's trash talking his fans that support Trump, and now he said he's going to make political videos now and into the future. Well, there's one way to, especially because he never really, did he ever really talk about politics? See, I had a base for a while that I did, because I did, especially like in 2014, 2015, I talked about quite a bit of politics. But if you didn't have, but I tried for a little bit to bring back politics, and I'm like, I did it all the time before. I forgot how much. Now, my live streams, there's a lot of people here we bring up politics. It's a different audience. But if I started bringing up politics in videos, this channel would fucking implode. Would implode. So, enjoy the stress, Joe. Have fun with it. Can I just get another seltzer? I drank it already. Thank you, sir.
You could just
yeah, I could bring it back here and make
take
your life
that.
easier, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Especially if, like...
I could still smell that burp. It's like in my nose.
What did I have for dinner? Oh, I had turkey meatloaf.
Yeah, that'll do it every time.
Joe Biden is so good at politics. Dude, people turned out because they wanted anything but Trump. There could have, this can of soda could have ran, can of seltzer, excuse me. This can of seltzer could have ran for president, I think it would have won against Trump with what's going on. Can of seltzer 2024. I would vote for a can of seltzer over Biden in 2024. Yes, I know DarDX Nunes. I'm going to be talking about it tomorrow, and it ain't going to be pretty, so I'm going to rip Sony a new one. So Angry Joe, I guess, doesn't want to do YouTube anymore because that's pretty much what's going to happen. I'm not happy buying a new console till late spring of next year, but dude, you're fine. All I want is a 4K TV and Mass Effect remastered. So wait, man, if I wasn't doing Review Nipples USA, I'm going to review his nipples live on stream. I would have waited till next year to get the consoles. So don't sweat it, dude. You're fine. The iPhone 12 hardware is locked to the phone. It's not even allowed part swap from an identical phone, making non-Apple tech repair impossible.
I'm just waiting for that to blow past my face. Okay.
All right, there's Stanley Kendall. I want you to fart in my face. Hey, Rich, been a fan since the other console generation started. Thank you, dude. Completely agree with your statement on talking politics. Not great for videos, but nice to hear on streams. Because I feel like I have more of a politically inclined audience on my... Like, people who go to my videos, they just want to hear the gaming news and go on their way. There was a time it was different. That much seltzer is going to cost... Why would this much seltzer cost... Seltzer doesn't cost kidney stones. Dude, there's nothing in it. It's bubbles. There's no salt.
Some sort of acid for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, but I ain't giving up seltzer. I've given up everything else. I ain't giving up
That's
seltzer.
there's my line in the sand.
Yeah, seltzer's my line in the sand. And let me tell you, I will say, too, the reason I've been enjoying the screen and the front-facing camera on here is pretty good. For video, anyway. Do 4K 60. I do game streaming once in a while. Rich, would you like to see a GTA game based in, like, France would be cool. Or Paris or something like that. I know you don't do game stream, but cool to see you play some Xbox. Well, of course I'm going to do that, dude. Absolutely. Absolutely, Thomas Young. I traded in my PS4 Pro, didn't get finished Ghost of Tsushima, waiting on PS5 so I can finish. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to probably go tomorrow and trade in my consoles, even though I don't really feel like going into a fucking store, but be a good time to do it. I'll just go in masked. I'll go in full ridiculous. I have the shields, too. I'll put a mask on, a shield. I'll have gloves on. Imagine me walking in there like that. See what you got to do,
I
man.
judge you.
I wouldn't judge either. People look at you fucking crazy, though. We have good, perfect candidates until Joe Biden decided to run for president for some freaking reason. But again, at least he believes in science and he'll do things to get the pandemic under control. Yes, the camera and video camera is really damn good for the price of the Pixel 4a. You just can't do 4K 60. Rich, has your PS5 shipped? The source confirmed my pickup time for 10 a.m. Thursday. When will Sony send out expandable storage update? By the way, I love your content. I don't know if mine shipped yet, but it says it's arriving. I'm not even going to try to keep up with them. When they show up at my doors, they show up at my doors. What's the best capture card for next gen? None yet. Until they have one that can do 4K 120. Andrew Yang, I would have probably voted for him too. I don't have a modded game to Cube. I do have a horse with an HDMI output though. Oh yeah. I put a cord in its ass, and I get 8K on my television. HDR. Horse dynamic range.
So that's what it stands for.
Yes, horse. Does this make you uncomfortable?
Here we go. Is he still looking at me? Fuck. Stop that.
You want to sniff me like Joe Biden sniffing me?
I don't need to get that close to you to
Did
smell
you, you see, no, but did you see the thumb I did?
I did. That's pretty funny.
What's the best capture card for next gen? I am. Cyber Horse 2077 is going to be the sequel to Cyberpunk. I am a nice horse. What?
So Mercedes out that guy's their E450 wagon, and I don't know what I think of it.
What's the other? Where is the other mic tonight? It's right over there. when he comes in the like, it was actually pretty cool to use it because I did that skit today where I was like flopping all over the place. It does give me some freedom, but when I have him here for streams, I use the shotgun mic because it's easier to pick up both. Because he forgets to bring the mic to his face, and a dynamic mic you have to put down your throat, basically. Oh.
Keep drinking that coffee, Rich.
Ah, yeah, I'm gonna. So, according to Richard from Digital Foundry, yeah, baby, the PS5 outputs in 1440p at 60 for the first Hitman game. So I don't see why Sony doesn't just support. I don't know, but you gotta remember, rendering is not native, and native is not rendering.
That's fucking deep, man.
Because like a game can be rendered at 1320p, and then they'll upscale it to 4K. So Sony just has to have a 1440p 120 setting, just like Microsoft has.
Scared the shit out of me.
I've been watching you for years, man. And I have to say, these daily live streams are a great addition to the channel. Yeah, and people are really enjoying them in this setting, too. How'd that burp smell?
Garbage.
Garbage, yeah. Yeah,
It smelled like... You ever drive behind a garbage truck?
Yes.
That's what your burps smell like.
It's probably a mixture of the marijuana and the turkey loaf. Ritz, what's your address for November 12th? Horse. What's the best? So, I've been watching you. So, thank you very much, man. Is there a noise on your phone? Or is your crotch just speaking to me?
Yes.
I'm a horse. I'll watch you pee. If you're a horse, I will watch you pee. How do I even think of that?
That's a obscure Lenny Kravitz song, by the way. In case you're wondering what that tune is.
I know the tune. I know it's Lenny Kravitz.
I know you are, but they might not.
That's considered obscure?
I think so. I mean, when's the last time...
That's a great song.
It is a good song. I haven't heard it in, like, I don't know, a very long time, though.
I'll plug my Ethernet cable to your port if you know what I mean. I don't. So you'll plug it into, like, the wall over here to get, 500 megabits per second. Intro guy is the man.
El Nico? Sorry.
He's dealt with 30 years of this.
How have I dealt with 30 years of this? Yeah.
I don't know. Ha! Rich, did you see GameSpot's video? I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. People are giving me the heads up. I think so.
Oh, yeah. This is mine.
Yeah, and plus now it tastes like your balls.
Mine's between my legs.
Yeah. Man, it tastes like your balls. You have seltzer balls.
They're going to be warm like the inside of my balls.
Intro guy. He's dealt with 30 years of this. Rich, did you see GameStop's big greater load times? Seems faster despite having the slower SSD, maybe because there's more horsepower. Intro guy, Lost Child. That's you should name it. You should make an album and name it The Lost Child. And then you could just have one of those 80s silhouette pictures that they have of you staring with a guitar.
Oh, like one of those indie something.
Well, medical edibles are fully legal for me. What do you mean they're legal somewhat? Ah! Intro guy likes Biden sniffing him. Really though, I'm not even being funny anymore. Move me and the woman that's there. How did he think that was okay? It's just hey man, how are you doing? I'm just gonna put my hands on your shoulders and sniff you.
And there was another one where some woman is obviously recoiling from him. And
Oh my God, I don't understand. I don't. Hey, Rich, was faster internet or Wi-Fi? Well, Wi-Fi, you're always gonna. Even with Wi-Fi 6, we're getting there. But Wi-Fi, you always kind of lose some speed, man. Going wired is always the way to go if you can. Eventually, hopefully, Sony does do backwards compatibility since Microsoft is doing it. I'll be waiting for that day. I saw a video from Digital Foundry, I haven't watched it yet, where they're talking about how PS4 backwards compatibility is horse. Good, that means. Is it legal to sniff horses for medical purposes? Yes. I sniff a horse every morning. I sniff a horse.
I still smelled it. I'd rather smell your farts than your very burps right now.
Hey, would you... I was about to go do it. Would you get me a sucker, man?
What?
A sucker?
A sucker?
Out of the fridge, man. Get me a sucker out of the fridge, man.
Is it-
What are the honeysuckers? You can have one for your... Oh, wait, you can't. Never mind.
Sucker.
Many states legalize it, including... Yeah, but it gotta be legalized at a federal level, man. Gotta be legalized at a federal level. I don't know, I always offer intro guy a sucker, but he can't have one. Because it's not legal at a federal level. Dude, here is the thing. I expected it, even I knew that more of the in-person voting was going to be Republicans. But I expected it to be at least a little more staggered and see somewhat Biden get clinch some shit initially. It was just like, oh man, Trump seems like, you know, that. Is sure this is a red mirage, you know? Is trading a PS4 for a 5 since PS4? Yes. Straight up, black and white, yes. You guys watch Geeks and Gamers? I have never watched it. They don't even review games. I had to unsubscribe to all Trump supporters. This is why I'm glad that even though I tried last year to bring back... I'm just kidding. I'm not actually falling asleep. Even... I'm really not. I was just being an asshole. Bringing back politics to my channel was a bad idea. Was a bad horse. And I'm very glad that I made the decision again not to do it. I'm scared of Sony's censorship of Japanese games. I wouldn't be. They just want things to calm down in the States. Exposed. There, Jared, I said exposed. Well, I don't want...
This is what you wanted, right?
Yes, of course. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Can I watch?
Yes.
Review Politics USA. Ban anybody who says I review politics. Taste all the honey. They should settle the presidential elections with a fight to the death. Do you think 3D 4K TVs will ever come back? No! Not just being dismissive. Do you love Biden, Rich? Fuck no. I don't like Biden. I'm not happy he is the Democratic nominee. And now technically president-elect, even though every place is afraid to call it. They should settle the election with modern warfare. Isn't there like a... It's Biden. At this point, we can say it. Biden won. Biden is the president-elect. Yeah. horse versus the single greatest thumbnail. Why, thank you. It took me like 3 seconds to make it, too. With so much hard work. Biden won my... Oh, here we go. Dude, I don't even like Biden. Could we... Can the PS5 run at 1440p 6030? Yeah. Yes, if you trust me, games are going to render at 1440p. What was I looking at here? I don't remember. I'm a horse. With Papa My People, with Sexy Coco, the realest, most delicious commentator on YouTube, except no motherfucking substitutions, dog. You feel me? Sensationalized, conceptualized, you know what I'm saying? That's real, man. They also want to make sure there's zero, no mistakes with anything, because especially with how on edge people are. Yeah, but he's winning other states too. Isn't there a law that was already in place in Georgia? If there's that small of a margin, they have to. Do a recount. But if he wins some other, like, it's just at this point, my DualSense online order was canceled by Target. Thoughts? Really? The controller? I have literally one right here. I bought it too at GameStop. Nothing special. Rich, your next title will be Microsoft has bought PlayStation. Well, that would be interesting, but that's never going to happen. Nuggets versus Tendies. No, I didn't want Trump to win. And everyone's like, Rich, you said back during when they were primarying that you would, like, because Bernie didn't get it, you were going to vote for Trump. And I was just, first off, that was me being disheartened because I'm like, here we fucking go again. Secondly, that was before the pandemic. With how Trump handled the pandemic, and get ready for 4 years of blind Biden praising by CNN and MSNBC, too. I can't wait for that. Where no matter what he does, and no matter what he fucks up, you know that CNN, they're going to be like what Fox News was for Trump. You know? So, Biden ain't doing 2 terms. I mean, he's gonna be 82 fucking years old at that point. Joe Jorgensen saved Biden. I'm not sure what happened with that. Dude, he's gonna be 82 years old. There's no way, like, he's a 1-term president, without a doubt. You heard a DualSense last 2 days. Well, I guess it depends on what you're doing, man. I don't know if intro guy's going for good. I don't know. So, more horsepower doesn't mean anything and loading is concerned. So, it's going good, man. It's going good. I gotta pee. I was gonna wait for him to come back, but I guess he's not, so I'm just gonna go pee anyway. You know, all that horsepower. All that horsepower. There's that horsepower, too. Oh. I heard he's saying he wants to run again in 2024. I'm not kidding. And you know what? If Trump runs again, and I mean, technically he'll still be younger than Biden is now. If Biden gets nothing done because there's a red Senate, people may actually be stupid enough to vote fucking Trump again. Whatever. At least we get 4 years of not him. And the thumbnails, that was like one of the... Usually sometimes thumbnails take me a while to make. That made like... It took like 3 minutes to make that one. Yeah. I heard he's thinking of debating running again. He could run one term, I guess. See... I just like, dude, you're 76. Like, at 7, like, you really would want to run again? Like, I'm sure this had to be stressful for him. I mean, I'm sure was financially motivated. All politicians are financially motivated. Shocking. Yeah, I actually I made an offer for 1,900 for a 3090. I have to put this fucking build together for Micro Center. I don't think they're going to take it though, so fuck them. Has Trump done anything good during his pregnancy? I just I gotta laugh at that. There is a couple things. He did something where he made prescription drugs cheaper. He got us out of NAFTA. Even though they kind of rolled NAFTA into some of the terms that were into other bills. That was actually not a bill, that was a treaty, by the way. Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement. No, NAFTA, I'm sorry, was Clinton that got us into it. The TPP, you're right, my apologies. I am tired of people getting beaten up for no reason. Bad people of one color getting in power. COVID-19 did not want health insurance to get worse. They kind of went all over the place with that one. But, yeah, people talking about, repealing Obamacare completely during a pandemic. That'll be a real popular one. Even though Obamacare is basically Romney-care and it still sucks. Yeah, Jim Carrey. Joe Biden's getting so old, man. He looks like fucking Fire Marshal Bill. 78 years old. Like, how is he? He's the president, man. He's gonna be getting phone calls at 2 in the morning. You want to deal with that at 78 years old? I don't know. They're going to find voter fraud in like 5 different fucking states, though. Like, there'll be riots in the streets at that point. For fuck's sake. Like, I could see if it was down to one state and they were like, they had virtually the same, they were both at like 264 electoral college votes. And this one state could bring them to 270. Then I could see them suing if it was that tight. Like, you're going to say that every single... Like, come on, man. And then with the red Senate, you're going to say it was a Democratic conspiracy? Stop. Stop. I would think Trump was an asshole if he was a Democrat, too. Has nothing to do with partisan politics with me. I begrudgingly, due to COVID-19, voted Biden. I hate that I had to vote for him. $5 says he sniffed someone. Dude, I'm going to be ripping into Biden all the time. If anyone here thinks because I voted for him that I like him. Ha ha! No. Do you think Trump... I think it was actually Biden, the one that he wanted to put the violent game tax on, right? Yeah, he's real progressive. Do you think Trump will burn everything around him before he leaves? He'll make a shit show. I don't know how much burning he'll be able to do. Oh, he'll probably... I could picture him pardoning some people. Who do you think? What do you think about the Electoral College? The Electoral College, like, everyone's like, but Rich, it gives states that wouldn't have a lot of power, more power when they vote. But I'm like, what about people that may be conservatives or Republicans in New York State? New York State mostly goes blue. What about people in rural countries or rural, like mid to Midwest, who may be progressive? I still think, even with the arguments that I've heard for the Electoral College, that a popular vote would still be better. And there were times I think that they've wanted to abolish the Electoral College, but no. The Electoral College, from what I've read and heard, is kind of an antiquated way of... Everyone kind of looks at us and like scratches our... Every other developed nation looks at us like, what the fuck, the Electoral College? Just vote in the person who got more votes. That's what I'm... Yeah, he does look like... He's so fucking old, he looks like Fire Marshal Bill. Trump 2020, but let's see what Biden does. Dude, like I said to you, I'm not a fan of Biden either. I'm not. But at least Biden will listen to scientists and we could get this fucking virus under control. I'm telling you, like I said earlier on in the stream too, if there was no COVID, Trump would have it wouldn't even have been, it would have been a slaughter for whatever Democratic nominee it was. Probably would still be Biden. Biden would have had no chance. None. He would have had a negative chance. I agree with Trump more politically. I'm fine with the Biden presidency. It means that the hyper-partisanship will de-escalate even... Yeah, it will de-escalate a little bit. De-escalate. De-escalate. Really? It will, a little bit. But it's still going to be the same bullshit, though. Upgrade i7 26 Ryzen 5000 or 1050 Ti to 3080. You need to upgrade both. Like, one at a time, but get your 5000 series chip first, and then get a 3080, or vice versa, but both need to be upgraded. And that means you need to upgrade the motherboard. And probably the power supply, unless you have like a 750 watt gold. Yeah. You need to upgrade everything, bro. And for everyone saying, oh, Rich, you're just saying that because he's a... Like, no. Here's the thing. George W. Bush would have handled COVID better. Obama would have handled COVID better. George H.W. Bush would have handled COVID better. Those are Republicans and Democrats. Like, and you could go, oh, Rich Bush started the Gulf War, and it was a preemptive, it was an offensive, and it was an illegal war. Yes, I agree. He still would have handled this better, though, because Bush does believe in science. He has conservative views on it, like stem cell research he's against. But he would have trusted, and he wouldn't have handled... Trump handled it like a fucking clown. Even after he got it, still going around saying, I don't think... This guy saying to Biden, this guy will wear a mask like 200 feet from me. Like, you have a pandemic. We're at 99%. Okay, yes, I hear you, 99%, but that's still 10 times higher than the death rate of the flu. You have a pandemic that killed about 250,000 people in the States. You caught it, and you're still trying to, it's almost like he was begging to lose. Like, there literally could have been this wireless charger debating him and saying nothing back to Trump, and he would have lost to the wireless charger. like Biden had to do was exist. He destroyed his own presidency because he's a fucking idiot. Here in Canada, Trudeau got reelected even though the Conservatives won the popular vote. Direct popular vote-based voting isn't the common, sadly. And it should be. Because it would, like I said to you, if there's Republicans in New York State, their vote just gets washed away. That's like, but I had to do it. Like, I almost didn't go and vote because I'm like, I know my state's going to go Democratic, you know, because I'm in New York. But I was like, you know what? How can I talk about this shit and not vote? Like, I have to, because if I'm going to talk about it, I got to participate. Economy greater than health. No. You have to do a balance of both, man. How would you feel if the Burger King how would you feel if the Burger King became president? Do a better job than Trump. That's like, I don't care if Trump won as an independent. I don't care if he won as a Democrat. He is a fucking idiot. It has nothing to do with partisan politics with me. I know people will still think that. I know people, no matter what, will think that I'm a cuck and whatever else they want to call me, and you can call me whatever the fuck you want to call me. Ugh. Oh, man, oh, man. No, I'm not going anything, man. I wanted Bernie. I agreed with Bernie's politics the most. But here's the thing, though. And this is what diehard Trumpers don't realize. Like, I wouldn't be having, like, a shrine on my lawn of Bernie. I wouldn't be when he drove by, which I wouldn't be at one of those rallies anyway, but if he drove by in a limousine with the Secret Service, I wouldn't be like, I would die for this man. I wouldn't have, like, flags of Bernie Sanders on my car. Like, he's a public official that I voted for. He's not a deity that I worship. And you could say, oh, Rich, there's people on the left. Yes, there are people on the left that are fucking crazed idiots too. You're right. The people having freakouts and meltdowns when Trump first got voted in, those are left extremists too. You're right. You're 100% right. But I've never seen where there are people that worship a United States president the way that Trump is worshipped. It's a cult. It's a cult. There wasn't a cult for Bush. There wasn't a cult for Obama. There were people that blindly believed everything they said, yes, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't There's something different. Like when I get this weird chill when I go, and it happens right where I'm from too. I drive around, I'll see like Trump, Pence, big flags, American flag. I'm like, that person probably isn't a person you could have a healthy discussion with politics about. They probably would try to shoot me if I disagreed with him. Like, that shit hasn't happened before. Even with like Reagan, people loved Reagan. People loved Clinton. Don't know why. He deregulated everything just like a Republican would too. He NAFTA. Did I say more? But I just didn't see this, man. There's something, it's just weird. It's like stuff that I see in North Korea. It's like stuff that I see when there's a dictator. The only and what scares me is that whether it be a Republican or Democrat, all you need is someone with fascist intentions that's actually smart. Doesn't matter, it could be a blue or red. Trump is a fucking idiot, and look at how devoted some of his base is. Imagine if someone was smart and eloquent and had truly fascist intentions. That should scare you. Because if Trump, with his limited cognitive abilities, could get people this caught up, There could always be another Hitler, man. I'm not saying here. It could always, history can repeat itself. History can repeat itself. Yeah, like doesn't Tucker Carlson run a run? He has that charisma. Facts is facts. Yeah, but Biden has more votes anyway, though. So if it was a popular vote, we wouldn't even be having, like, if it was a popular vote, it would be done too. It still would go to Biden. So, like, I just feel like the fucking Electoral College is just, it's kind of President Keemstar. Yeah, okay. Well, actually, I could see him being a dictator. That's why I said, right, the fascism could come from left or right. Did I say Trump, Rosen? You're an idiot. Did I say Trump? Did I say Trump? What I'm saying about Trump, Rosen, dumbass, is look at what someone can... Look at how people are looking at him like a deity. And he's not even, like, a bright dude. I'm not even saying that he's fascist. He says stupid shit. Proud Boys stand up. But I'm saying, or stand by. I watched the debate. He said it. Okay. And that's just one example. He always has to, like, he never just say that, do you, everyone's like, Rich, he said countless times that he's not racist. But he always has to be like, but there's this too. Like, shut up. If you're just not racist, say, dude, I'm not racist. Imagine Mike Pence as president. See, that's what I was saying. Everyone's like, oh, I want to see Trump get impeached and get thrown out of office. I'm like, okay, cool. Then you know who will be president, right? Mike Pence. And Mike Pence may have even more radical beliefs than Trump, and he's smart enough to actually get his agenda in place. Trump's a fucking idiot. So, the everyone agree. I've pretty much everything I've read and seen is that the Electoral College is antiquated and it needs to go. So, I'm not saying Trump is a dick. Well, he's kind of fucking acting like one now, to be quite honest with you. If you don't like that I'm saying that, too bad. He's acting like a fucking dictator right now. He tried to call the election way too prematurely. The Electoral College, I heard something about that too. I gotta look into that more, Gorlinder. Please explain why he's an idiot. Have you seen a full interview with him? Like, have you, like, or do you watch the same thing I watch? Thoughts on Kamala Harris? So didn't she self-describe herself as a cop? I'm not a fan of her either. She's fought to keep people in prison that shouldn't have been kept in prison. I'm not a fan of the Democratic ticket. Basically, what we need to worry about is an American Putin. Yes, exactly. Putin's brilliant. That's why he got it. That's why he's doing it. Trump doesn't have that same cognitive ability to, and I'm not even saying he wants to be that. I think things that he has done have been taken way out of context. I agree with you. I've defended him in the past before. But what point being is, look at how enamored people became with Trump. If someone comes in who is very intelligent and also has a good stage presence, who has truly fascist intentions, that's what I'm saying. And for everyone else out there who say, like, whatever moron brought up that I'm trying to say that Trump is a fascist. No, I'm saying in the future, look what, like, someone like Trump can get. Look how riled up they can get people. If an actual fascist gets in office, it's over. And if you don't understand the difference what I'm saying, I'm sorry that you're dumb. Like, I don't know what else to say. I begrudgingly voted Biden. Also, the missing pep. What is missing pep? Check out brew user Anthony Brian Logan. Yeah, so that's what we need to worry about. You're right, an American Putin. So that's what I'm not saying, but I'm saying, like, how are you taking what I'm saying that I was saying Trump is no, he's not a fascist. We're not living in fascism right now. He's acting like a fascist at the moment because he refuses to accept the fact that the man has no get up and go. Yeah, because he needs to be in a retirement home. He needs to be in a fucking retirement home. But I would take this empty now cup of coffee over Trump. So, yeah, like, anybody thinking that I'm pro-Biden, you haven't been around that for, That's the thing. Everyone lost their dude. He lost. Like, here's the thing. I have said this a billion times. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to suck on this because my mouth is dry. I didn't think she was right to be president, but I didn't like Hillary Clinton either. I'm like, hey, he was who was voted in office. A lot of people I know voted for him because he was the wild card. Yeah. So let's see what happens. And I'm telling you, if it wasn't for COVID, he would have steamrolled into a second term. COVID is what I think people put a lot of people over the edge, including me. It's like, I can't. This guy just, he's treating this like a fucking soap opera. God forbid there's another major catastrophic event that happens in the next 4 years. He can't handle it. Who are my bad mods? So, this is not an edible. No, Nits, here, I have no mind for politics. What you're saying without even realizing it, you don't agree with my politics. So, I love when people say that. You know what I mean? So should I say that to you? You should not talk about anything either? Don't like my opinion, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? My ideology seems closely aligned with yours. And even if it didn't, that's okay. But people telling me to not talk about, no, this isn't weed candy. I think we are screwed either way. Yes, but at least for another 4 years, we're not as screwed. Biden ain't going to change shit, though. He's not a progressive. He's fucking lying. PS5 wasn't in the plastic case. Well, that's the pictures that was given to me. The Electoral College was made when the United States had less than 3 million. Now that we have 330 million people in this country, updated. Yeah, it's an antiquated piece of shit. Yeah, you like my Biden, J-Ram, you like my thumbnail? What are your thoughts on Joe Jorgensen, Howie Hawkins, and Joe Exotic's presidential runs? I know nothing about them. Joe Exotic, though? Seriously? I'm going to do some mod cleaning. What's up, Bobby? Electoral College, I have, like I said, I need, like, from what I've read, it just seems like an antiquated thing to have. Yeah, they're both old as fuck. Like we were saying earlier on, like, 70 years, I think, like, 35 to 70 should be the range you could be president. Joe Biden is going to be 82 when his first term is done. 80 fucking 2 years old. He's not going to be a two-term president. But how would they not get a fair share, though? But like I was saying, footlong. What I said to counter that is, what about, like, if there's conservatives or Republicans in New York? Their vote never gets heard. Or if there's Democrats in a very red state, their voice never gets heard. Because the state goes red. So what about them? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a partition in the next 10 years based on ideological lines. A party, you mean? Dude, we are a mess right now. If the protests and COVID hadn't happened, Trump more than likely would have gotten reelected. Also, Reagan was in his 70s. Ugh, man. I don't agree with that either, but hey, he did 8 years. Yeah, I think even with the protests and riots, if there still wasn't COVID, I still think Trump would have gotten a second term. I think it was he didn't handle those well either, but the combination was just too much. But if it was just the protests and riots, I think he would have gotten a second term. I would have voted for Bernie Sanders. That would have been an enthusiastic vote. I wouldn't have been like the MACA guys. You would have never seen me, like, with Bernie Sanders flags on my car. I literally see that around here. Like, I wouldn't even have signs on my lawn. Like, they're a public official I voted for. They're not... Trump ate a shit sandwich. Yes, he did. They're not a deity that I worship. That's why it's so weird to me. People forgot how many rural conservatives live in California. They always get drowned. That's what I'm saying. Not to mention big cities, countries always decide. Yeah, that's why I think if you just kind of look at it, like every other developed nation mostly just has a popular vote. I could see AOC running one day, possibly. We have to worry about Kamala and not Biden. Because, yeah, a lot of people are saying it's the Harris administration. Didn't she, like, Freudian slip and say the Harris administration? It's like they're going to throw Biden in an old folks' home and she's going to be running shit. How do you know if you can pre-order an Xbox at Walmart if you go at 5 in the morning? Dude, don't go into the stores. Do not go into the stores with COVID, man. Please. Just try to order it online. I don't know if he won't last a year. I don't see him lasting more than one term, though. I feel bad for you. Like, look, man, if you're brave, I give you guys a lot of credit that work in retail with heavy traffic with what's going on, especially at grocery stores. You're essential workers, and you should be paid as such, without a doubt. Why did Sony get rid of the pressure-sensitive buttons? Did they get rid of them? Did they even have them on the PS3? Because no one really utilized them, man. When you had to do pressure-sensitive stuff, you would just use the analog triggers. I know the pressure-sensitive buttons when they did, because the DualShock 2 controllers didn't have analog triggers. They just had L1 and L2 buttons, and R1 and R2 buttons. So I guess it made sense to have pressure-sensitive triggers, but once they had analog triggers, what the fuck was the point? Did you see that promotion for $7 off a phone? No. What are you talking about? What's the story behind your intro? Love you. The story behind my intro is... Intro guy used to be a very... I mean, he still is a nervous guy, but he was a much, much more nervous dude. And he forgot something. We were teenagers going into the mall, and he forgot something in his car. And he just went, like, literally, like, did a bip-dip, like a flip like that. And my friend Mike went, skip it up! And ever since then, that stuck, and that's why I have that picture of intro guy. Nikki Haley, I don't know about her. Also, my local Target has 19p. Like, they're going to have them on launch. I thought they said that Sony's not allowing stores to sell them at brick-and-mortar stores unless it was pre-ordered. Well, I went away from keyboard, sorry, and didn't realize there was some mods fighting in chat, and my grandma told me, she said, hi, thank you, tell your grandma I said hello. You missed my super chat, I'll go check it, man. Walmart has Xbox in-store pre-orders right now. Okay, people are tired of white supremacy trying to take over. Yeah, that's a thing that people try to pretend that's not a thing. Anyway. Electoral or popular, if people come out to vote, Dems will always win because Republicans don't care about the common man. Democrats don't care about the common man. At least the Democrats are in office right now, they don't care about the common man either, though. I think it's time to take off the shirt. You know what has to happen for that, but it's almost, dude, I laughed so hard when you read the comment and explained to me how Trump is an idiot. No, when someone said I'm an idiot because I was calling Trump a dictator, which I didn't say, he was acting like one now with how the election's going. Think Trump will run in 2024? He says he will, unless the Electoral College is real and faithful this election. Didn't I hear he's thinking about, like, why? What the I guess there must be some fight. There has to be, even for Biden, like, you're 78 years old. Like, it's either you really want the power or there's some other financial gain. Like, because for any other reason, you'd just be nuts. Trump thinks there is an invisible aircraft, it's an invisible radar, but he actually believes there's one that you can't see if it's next to you. Yes, I actually heard the speech of him saying that too, and I was like, oh God. Oh God. Oh God. What phone do you use? Right now I'm using the Note 20 Ultra. And I like it. I expected a little more from the cameras, but it's pretty good. And 3800 or 6800. I gotta see when the cards come out, man. I gotta see when the cards come out. Because 3080 is pretty nice. I wish it had 12 gigabytes of DDR6 or DDR6X though, not 10. I guess Biden's Animal Crossing yard signs paid off. Maybe they did. That's so weird he had those, man. That is true. I'm going to get off, Rich. Have a great night. Have a good night, so it's a tail end for me too, man. Why is the Series X loading faster than the PS5? I don't know. We'll find out. Trump loses. Yeah, he's like the DSP gaming of the presidency, Tim Stark. Trump loses, breaks controller, and blames Ping. Yeah, I was about to ask that. I wasn't sure. Presidents can't serve 2 non-consecutive terms, right? I wasn't sure. Love your stream, man. Should I buy a warranty for PS5 from Walmart or Sony themselves? You got to look into some of the fine print. So if Sony has one to purchase, I would buy it from them. Apple or Android? Both. Did I go back and forth? Sometimes I want to have iOS, and other times I want to have Android. Right now I'm enjoying Android, but I'm sure one day I'm going to have an iPhone 12 Pro Max in my pocket. I was going to buy it today, but I'm like, eh. Dude, you know why I didn't buy it? Because I would only bought it. I mean, I obviously would have used it and enjoyed it, but the main reason I would have bought it is to do a video for the YouTube channel. Right now, with all going on with the next-gen consoles, 0% chance I'm doing a review like that. None. Negative chance. So I'm not. If it would have wasted money for me to buy it. And I may have to succumb to buying a slightly scalped 3090 for an upcoming build I'm doing with Micro Center, and I don't really, so that's going to hurt. I thank Trump for reaching out, for teaching me about the airports during the Revolutionary War. I never realized we had them. Did he actually say? I don't know if he said that. I'm not sure of. Any YouTubers you would want to run for office? Not that I know of. What are your current PC specs? The one I game on, I have an i9 9900KS, RTX 3080, 32 gigs of RAM, whole bunch of storage. But that's like the only choice I have to get a monster build. I don't want to buy a card scalped. I really don't. I'm totally against it. But I don't know how I'm going to get, and I can't trust that I'm going to get like a 6800 XT or 6900. But then I'm gonna have to send the part. Like, I'm not gonna be able to do this build them. I can't keep them waiting forever. Hmm. You seen the video of Trump dancing in white? No, I have not. Man. Sorry, this is chewier than I thought. Alex Jones 2024? I don't think so. No, dude, they're not. Abby, they're not going to send out a graphics card. They're not going to send out any of the new graphics cards. No way. They're okay. The only reason I had it is, how much is the 6900 XT going to be? Maybe I could wait for that. You'd vote for Alex Jones? Really? See, I'd rather do that. But the thing is, I know I'm going to have to... And then, at that point, if I don't get my hands on a 6900 XT at MSRP, I'm going to have to send the parts back. I can't keep them holding on forever. It's not right. So what was I doing before YouTube? I used to work for IBM. That was a long time ago, though. Right before YouTube, I was a night manager at a gym. I did all the paperwork. That was a brutal job. I'm reminded of the scene from Futurama where the presidents kind of were literally clones, but everyone pretended they were completely different. Basically, Biden's not a progressive. He's a Republican. He's not a progressive. He may do some progressive things. He may care a little bit more for the environment. But it's same shit, different asshole, man. Fidel Castro was brilliant. He lied to 11 people for 60 years and died with honors. His legacy still... Yeah, he was a pretty terrible guy. Fidel Castro was a pretty terrible guy. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time. I'm feeling tired. Thank you so much for coming through. We actually got a new member tonight. Whether you're in the regular chat or super chat, I appreciate all of you. And man, there is already news for tomorrow. There's already lots of news. So brace yourselves. This tsunami of next gen. No, PS5's not a bad buy. You just know right now they're not supporting the 1440p resolution natively. You're either going to be at 1080p or you're going to be at 4K. Do you think stock will be better for the 1600 XT? No. They can say whatever the hell they want to. The cards are going to sell out in seconds. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good one. And I'll be back tomorrow with lots of content. Have a great evening.